In the valley where the shadows loom, in the stillness of a darkened room, there's a light that guides my way. Grace comes shining, come what may. When the river flows too deep and wide, and the mountains rise on every side, I hear a voice that calls my name, lifting me with love so plain. Grace in the valley, grace so sweet, grace in every trial we meet. For every tear and every mile, grace will carry me a while. Through the desert where the heart grows cold, in the moments when I feel alone, I see His handprints in the sand, holding me with a strong, kind hand. When the storms rage and toss the sea, there's a calm that shelters me. In the whisper of the evening breeze, grace brings my heart to ease. Grace in the valley, grace so sweet, grace in every trial we meet. For every tear and every mile, grace will carry me a while. For every tear and every mile, grace will carry me a while. For every tear and every mile, grace will carry me a while. Walking down this dusty road with sins too heavy to unload, praying, Lord, please take my hand, lead me to the promised land. In the shadows my soul's confined, looking for a sign to find, a light to guide me through the night. Show me faith and give me sight. At the crossroads of redemption, I see your face in my reflection. Grace and mercy never fade. At crossroads where I pray. In the valley of despair, calling out a desperate prayer. Feel your presence strong and near, wiping every trace of fear. Lord, I stumble, but you rise. Lift my spirit to the skies. Every tear and broken plea finds a way to set me free. Mountains high and rivers wide, with your love I'll safely stride. Through the storms and raging sea, I know you're always here with me. At the cross, there's a place beyond the sunset's glow, where the golden streets forever flow. We'll gather round and sing His praise in the light of His eternal grace. Grandma told me about that sacred land, with Jesus there to hold our hand, where heartache fades like morning dew, and His love is there to see us through. On heaven's front porch we will stand, hand in hand in a promised land, with angels singing sweet and true. In the light of love I'll be with you. No more tears or nights forlorn, in the place where our souls are born. We'll find our peace and endless rest, and in heaven's arms we'll be blessed. On heaven's front porch we will stand, hand in hand in a promised land, with angels singing sweet and true. In the light of love I'll be with you. No more tears or nights forlorn, in the place where our souls are born. We'll find our peace and endless rest, and in heaven's arms we'll be blessed. On heaven's front porch we will stand, hand in hand in a promised land, with angels singing sweet and true. In the light of love I'll be with you. When life's trials bring you to your knees, look to the sky and you will see, in God's embrace we're never lost. On that porch all sin is tossed. in the shadow of the mountain where the skies are crystal blue. Grandma reads the good book, whispering truth that feels so new. She says faith's like a river, flowing gently through our lives, cutting through the rocks and valleys. In His grace we will survive. Daddy's plowing fields at sunrise with calloused hands and calloused heart. But when Sunday morning comes around, he never misses, not a part. Sitting in that wooden pew, singing hymns with all his might. 'Cause faith's like a river, running steady through the night. Faith like a river, flowing deep and wide, carrying our burdens to that land of life. In the strength of Jesus, in His holy side. Faith like a river makes everything alright.
Mama's baking pies and biscuits with love baked in the crust. She prays with every dinner, it's in the Lord she trusts. She says faith's like a river, always giving more than take. And it's in those small acts of kindness that our hearts will never break.
Brothers off to college, sisters raising kids at home. Yet in each step they're taking, they know they're not alone.
'Cause faith's like a river, their compass and their guide,
leading them through life's journey with the Lord right by their side. Faith like a river, flowing deep and wide, carrying our burdens to that land of life. In the strength of Jesus, in His holy side. Faith like a river makes everything alright. In the quiet of the morning, before the break of dawn, I hear the distant whisper like a tender, soothing song. A voice that's gently calling through the hills and valleys tall, guiding me to righteousness. I follow the shepherd's call. Through trials and tribulations, in the darkest of my nights, there's a beacon always shining, a holy source of light. No fear can overtake me, no storm can make me fall. With faith I keep on walking, guided by the shepherd's call. Oh, the shepherd's call is strong and true, leading me to pastures new. With every step I'll heed His word, safe within His flock and herd. Of my weakness, when my heart begins to fade, His hand is there to lift me and wipe my tears away. His love is ever faithful, His grace can conquer all. With every breath I answer, gentle shepherd's call. On the pathway of redemption, where salvation lies ahead, His voice, it never wavers, His path is spirit-fed. No burden is too heavy, no sin too great or small. For with His mercy guiding, I'll follow the shepherd's call. Oh, the shepherd's call is strong and true, leading to pastures new. With every step I'll heed His word, safe within His flock and herd.
In the quiet of the evening light, when the stars begin to shine, I find peace in His embrace. In His arms tonight I'm fine. Tired hands and worn out hearts, they all find rest and lay their fears. He gathers us like wandering sheep, wipes away our earthly tears. In His arms tonight I'm free, for His love, it comforts me. With a faith so strong and pure, in His grace I am secure. Through the trials of every day, He walks with me, I know, guiding me through darkest paths. In His love I start to grow. Silent prayers and whispered hopes, He hears them all, each plea. His strength lifts me from despair. In His arms there's victory. In His arms tonight I'm free, for His love, it comforts me. With a faith so strong and pure, in His grace I am secure. In His arms tonight I'm free, for His love, it comforts me. With a faith so strong and pure, in His grace I am secure.
On a dusty road to glory in the heat of the day, with a tattered Bible in my hand, I find my way. The sun is beating down, but my spirit's on fire. With every step I take, I lift my soul higher. always told me better keep the faith strong. So I whisper her prayers and I hum her song. Though the path is long and the end seems far, the light of salvation guides me like a star. Oh, this dusty road to glory, it's worn but it's true. With every mile that passes, Lord, I lean on you. Through trials and tribulations, I won't lose my hope, for your love is the treasure at the end of this road. In the quiet of the night, beneath the sky of dreams, I feel your presence near, like a soft moonbeam. The road may be lonely, but I'm never alone. With your grace beside me, I'll always find home. The fields are dry and barren, but hope springs anew. In every bloom and blossom, I see a promise true. The journey's rough and rugged, but it's paved with love. For each step I'm taking brings me closer above. When I stumble and I falter, you lift me high. Like wings of eagles, I soar through the sky. On this dusty road to glory, I'll sing your praise, for your mercy and grace fill all my days. In a little white church at the edge of town, voices rise and souls are found. Harmony so sweet and strong. When the angels sing along, old wooden pews and a creaky floor, sunlight streams through the open door. Joy and peace where we belong. When the angels sing along, oh, the heavens come alive tonight. With every prayer and every light, feeling grace through every song. When the angels sing along, Grandma's hands, worn and kind, holding hymns with peace to find, clapping softly all night long. When the angels sing along, life can be a winding road, but in this house our burdens unload. Faith and hope, pure and strong. When the angels sing along, children's laughter fills the air with a love beyond compare. In our hearts they do belong. When the angels sing along, oh, the heavens come alive tonight. With every prayer and every light,
angels sing along. In the fields of grace, where sunlight falls, we gather round, hear the Savior's call. With hands worn tough, from earth we sow, planting seeds of love, in us they grow. By the river bank, where waters flow, we find His peace, as our hearts do know. In the quiet moments, prayers are told, a harvest of hope our faith unfolds. Glory, glory, let His light shine through the darkened nights. He calls us to find, in the harvest of hope we stand anew. With every dawn, His promise is true. Beneath the oak, where shadows play, we lift our voices in humble praise. Every trial faced, His love remains. Through the storms of life, He breaks the chains. In the morning dew and evening sky, we feel His presence, He is nearby. Every tear we've shed, He wipes away. In the harvest of hope, we find our way. With every heart that turns, with every soul, we are gathered in, made pure and whole. In the arms of grace, we'll rest, we'll cope. In the harvest of hope, there's endless hope. With every heart that turns, with every soul, we are gathered in, made pure and whole. In the arms of grace, we'll rest, we'll cope. In the harvest of hope, there's endless hope. Glory, glory, let His light shine through the darkened nights. He calls us to find, in the harvest of hope, we stand anew. With every dawn, His promise is true. Beneath the oak, where shadows play, we lift our voices in humble praise.
In the quiet of the morning light, when shadows chase away the night, I feel His love so tender, true, an anchor for my soul and you. As the waves of life rise high and break, He's the shelter when I start to shake. With every prayer, my heart's made whole. He's the anchor for my roaming soul. He's the anchor for my soul. When the storms of life take their toll, in the darkest night, through the fiercest fight, He's always there, holding tight. When the world seems heavy on my chest, in His arms I find my rest. Through hills and valleys, high and low, He's the anchor for the soul, I know. With faith as strong as mountain stone, He's the rock that I lean on. In every trial when doubts unfold, He's the anchor for my soul. He's the anchor for my soul. When the storms of life take their toll, in the darkest night, through the fiercest fight, He's always there, holding tight. When the world seems heavy on my chest, in His arms I find my rest. Through hills and valleys, high and low, He's the anchor for the time, for the time. When the morning light breaks through and the sky's a perfect blue, I feel a peace within my soul as the Lord takes control. In the quiet of the dawn, I find strength to carry on. Whispered prayers and grateful sighs lift me up to heavenly skies. Heaven's open door, calling me home, where the streets are paved with gold and I am never alone. Grace abounds beyond the shore, I'm heading to heaven's open door. Through the trials of my days, I find comfort in His ways. With His love, I am sure, walking straight and walking pure. In the long and winding night, His love's the guiding light. Through the shadows, through the storm, in His arms I am reborn. Heaven's open door, calling me home, where the streets are paved with gold and I am never alone. Grace abounds beyond the shore, I'm heading the streets are paved with gold, and I am never alone. Grace abounds beyond the shore. I'm heading to heaven's open door. Oh,